All right, we're live. It was like a drum roll before we started.
Yeah, here, let me see if I can. No, it doesn't work with mine. It's too well insulated.
Oh
my gosh.
Can't hear you. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yes, we can hear you, Manny. Oh, Manny can't hear us. Oh my gosh.
Hello?
Can you hear me?
Oh, no.
Yeah, I can hear you guys now.
I was gonna nod that we can see you, Manny, but I don't have any video. You guys can't see me. We're a train wreck.
Yes.
If I plug in this damn thing, let me see what happens. Okay.
No way.
Yeah.
Now
we need to get some technical people on this podcast so we can troubleshoot this stuff.
I need to go down to Monument Valley and go, can you hear me now? Good.
I think this is the way now. This should work.
Yes. Okay.
Oh, I heard something change. Can you hear us?
Yep.
All right.
Perfect.
So
I think it was plugged into my USB mic.
I'm just going to get it out of the way. I'm 39 today.
All right.
Whoa.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Chuck.
Yeah, I'm so freaking old. When I got pulled over because my license had been suspended for medical reasons. That's how old I am. Yeah, the police officer. Oh man, I was so pissed.
Oh wait, this actually happened?
Yeah, this morning.
Really? Oh, okay.
I went to the gym, and then I was on my way home, and he pulled me over in my neighborhood, and I'm like, "What is going on?" Like, I wasn't speeding. I can't exactly attest to that. My truck is 23 years old, 24 years old, and the speedometer doesn't work. So I'm not 100% sure on that, but the driver's side door kind of works. Anyway, so I have to laugh about it, but yeah, I got pulled over. Apparently, we didn't register the truck in February when the registration was up. And so that's why he pulled me over. And then he ran my license, and apparently my license had been denied for medical reasons. Because in the state of Utah, if you put that you're diabetic on your driver's license form, which I never, ever, 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 ever should have done. Note to anyone else listening to this.
Yeah.
They require you to send in a form every year that says that you're still healthy enough to drive. So apparently I hadn't sent that in either. I don't remember getting the form, but anyway. So today's workload went out the window as I get to spend all day driving to the DMV after registering my vehicle and going to the doctor to get the form filled out.
You're lucky he didn't impound your car and send you to jail, because
that's what he told me.
Yeah, because you're driving without a license or registration.
That's what he told me. He told me that both of those offenses, the penalty is usually impounding the car.
Wow.
Yeah.
But he's like, you're close to home. I said, and it's my birthday. Gotta get, what does that have to do with anything? But yeah, he let me off with a warning, so yeah, I'll go get it all fixed up. But
yeah, I mean, that's just license and registration, please. Well,
on both of those. Yeah, apparently neither of them are valid anymore.
Wow.
So yeah, so that's how my day has gone so far.
Fun.
We'll see how that goes. But yeah, I'm onboarding a developer though for Podwrench, so
nice.
That'll be good. So I'll get one thing done today. And I'm also onboarding a few other people. I've been screening show notes writers, and I think I'm going to hire a couple of them. So
cool.
Should be good. But I can review that while I'm sitting at the auto shop getting my car safety and emissions done, and while I'm sitting at the DMV forever waiting for them to, for the building to crumble around me while they get around to processing my stuff. So yeah.
Josh, I got a suggestion for you.
What's that?
Dial in from your phone and let your computer take an hour to update.
I could do that, or I could just keep going.
I've done that in the past. It's really easy.
Keep going as we are.
So I got the ultimate Instagram hack. This post is doing better than 95% of every post I've ever done.
Nice. I like the puppy. The puppy is a great touch there.
That's the only touch there. What else? It's not about my face.
So if I do a post with my nephew, who's like 2 months old, would that work too?
I was actually, when I saw your post, I was like, why don't you have a baby in one arm? Like dog in one, baby in one.
Nice.
You asked the question. Are you getting people answering?
Just this one girl.
Okay.
No.
Because that's also will up the Instagram. I had actually the clarity call with an Instagram like consultant this week, and he had some pretty good advice. Although, you know what, it's kind of funny, but it's good. I mean, when you get like some of that coaches do, and they're like, yeah, you figured out the right things to do. Because he was looking at my account and he was like, yeah, you're growing really actually fast, posting frequently, making, specific types of content, and so that the columns line up. So when people see your profile, it looks professional. And then he said that a lot of it is the engagement. And then there's one thing that's interesting that I guess the biggest takeaway I got from him, actually, so little Instagram secret here, is that one of the biggest things that influences the Instagram algorithm now is if people like your posts that have large followings. So it uses that as what he said was like, he said, obviously don't buy followers. That's just dumb, right? You're not going to get engagement from there, but buy power likes is what he said. Is like, there's companies that will basically have huge Instagram accounts, and then they're legit Instagram accounts, and you can buy likes from them. And that is the smart way to go. So I'm going to look into that. But
so John, I have this friend who can't realistically post pictures of six-pack abs. So what kinds of things should such a person who's trying to reach developers do if they don't really have an Instagram presence, but would like to start posting to Instagram?
Basically,
this friend of mine owns a large podcast network, by the way.
Yes.
Asking for a friend, hashtag.
Asking for a friend. Yeah.
I mean, it depends on what you want to do, right? Like, so for me, like for my Instagram account, I don't want any of it to be like this spammy kind of like cheesy shit that like is infographics that are shared, right? I just want like high quality photos, like high quality content. And so it's a little bit of a harder way to grow, right? Like the best way to grow on Instagram is to basically take and go look at stuff that people with large followings are sharing that have high likes, and then just repost it, right? You can give credit. You can use like one of the Instagram reposters and say, or you make your own version of it. Like there's like every single fucking entrepreneur, it has this like stupid thing where it's like, which would you choose, to have $1 million or to like travel, unlimited travel wherever you want in the world? And like, it's like 4 different choices, and they're like, comment below and say, which one would you pick? 1, 2, 3, or 4, right? And every single one of those idiots has reposted this thing, right? And it's because it's going to get liked, it's going to get shared, it's going to get engagement, it's going to go viral, right? It's like, so that's probably the best way, honestly, right? to do it. So I don't know. I think
for some meaning of the word best.
Yeah, like to actually get just the reach and the growth. So it depends on what your overall, like which way you're willing to go. Like if I were doing it in the programming space, which I guess we should probably start doing it with Simple Programmer. Eventually, once I crack this with the Bulldog Mindset stuff, I'll look at doing it for Simple Programmer. But it would be stuff like to post, little videos, like little kind of code snippet videos, probably little memes for like programming. Huh?
Can you post videos to Instagram?
Oh man.
Yeah. Like memes.
You're asking for the wrong friend. He doesn't know shit.
Nope, he doesn't know shit about Instagram. Nope.
Programming memes and stuff like that, right? Funny little stuff that will resonate with the audience, like that kind of stuff, and just posting it frequently. that's the big thing that, you know, think of it as like and there's different ways that you could go with it, but a lot of like accounts, like Instagram accounts, are basically like collections of stuff that people are interested in, right? Like, so there's like a good one that is pretty obvious is like travel, right? So there's like a ton of travel Instagram accounts, right? And so they post pictures of like, you know, Angkor Wat's temple, and oh, look at this river in Switzerland, or look at this, like, you know, whatever it is, and they're posting all these pictures. So if you're doing it, you know, if you're trying to get programming audience and a programming theme, then like look, you know, all the specific things that kind of memes and stuff that flow around in the programmer circle. But the best way to find it is just to go look at the biggest accounts, like search for hashtag like programming or software developer
or simple programmer.
Yeah.
So a golden opportunity for my friend, since he's going to CES, is to get a bunch of pictures there, maybe.
Potentially. I don't know if it's gonna, like, I mean,
Instagram is about engage, like about shit that gets people to want to engage with that. CES by itself isn't really, I don't even know if Instagram is the place for something like a programming audience.
Oh, no, it is for sure. There's tons of big programming accounts, and I've got a bunch of buddies that I look at their accounts, and they're growing with the programming audience for sure. There's like, because everyone's on Instagram now. That's
just check out what they're doing and do that.
Yeah. I could go check out what they're doing and do that. The other thing is that I could, or my friend could also. I was trying to be funny. Anyway, so the other thing that I could do is I could also go engage them, right, and say, look, I have the podcast audience and you have the Instagram audience, so, you know, maybe I can, you know, work out some deal where I can exchange different kinds of exposure as well, and have them come like what I'm putting out, right? And but that's cool. You're getting there. What kinds of things are you posting? I haven't even looked.
So my basic posting right now is, let me see if I can bring it up here on my phone. So you can kind of see on my profile, if you can see here, right? So it's basically, you can see like I've got it arranged with 3-column layout, right? So I'm posting like a pattern of like a pic, like a personal pic of me, like some kind of action shot, some kind of bulldog type of thing, and then a video, which is like a, you know, Gary Vee style, like 60-second clip from one of my YouTube videos with that's transcribed, and then quote card, which again comes from like a video or something. But and I'm just alternating between those, so I post 6 days a week and just put those out there. And then in each one of them, I write a small blog post, essentially, like a micro blog post.
Is that 3-column layout like universal across all the Instagram apps and stuff? Or because that's cool the way I see what you're doing there to make them line up and give it that visual consistency. Does that happen on desktop too, or just mobile?
Well, yes. I mean, people don't consume Instagram from desktop though, but yeah, it's pretty universal. Like some people get really creative because they know how it's gonna line up. Like if you look at Evan Carmichael's Instagram account, his is like insanely he's basically got it tiled like a mosaic, so that he's got it all planned out ahead of time. But I feel like that's a little too orchestrated. Instead, mine, like I wanted to, you know, to line up and to look a little bit more natural. But
and should I set up different Instagram accounts for like dev chat or maybe for each of the shows? Or
the problem is like that's a lot to maintain. Like I would rather just see you just create one and then, you know, get the content for that.
So just do mine for dev chat.
Yeah, it's too much. All right, so wanted to ask you guys about running a contest, King Sumo style. I know Josh is the master of contests, so
just don't ask him for support because I'm still waiting to hear back. No, I'm
Yeah,
not kidding.
Yeah, no, I believe it. I used to be able to just like send an email. I'd get requests from people who are having issues once in a while, and I used to be able to kick somebody in the head and get some action, but not anymore. They actually canceled their affiliate program that I was on a long time ago. So like about a year ago. So I don't. Yeah, for King Sumo. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So I'm trying to figure out what would be the ideal gift for the. I'm trying to do a book giveaway, but I'm thinking, okay, the last time what I did, which I'm not sure. Okay, so I've done 2 giveaways. None of them, I think, really hit the nerve. One, I tried to give away my own product, which was I think was the worst possible idea.
That is the worst possible idea.
The second time, I gave away 5 copies of the same book, which was Deep Work, which was okay, but still, it's a $20 book, big deal.
Right.
So this time I'm trying to up the ante and say, okay, one person gets 10 books, 10 of the greatest social skills books, and something along those lines. What do you guys think?
So what I've always told people about these is that I think that tools are much more effective than information, books, courses, etc.
That's true, but I'm playing in that field where I don't really I don't want to give away tools and get the wrong list. It's useless for me. I want book lovers. That's my list. That's the people I'm catering to.
Yeah,
so if there's a way.
The problem you have is that with tools, you're selling the outcome, right? They immediately see the application that gets them the outcome they want, and that's why they sign up. And with books, that's not necessarily the case.
It's more work.
Yeah. So if you gave away, say, a book and an implementation guide, right? So if it was, here's Deep Work and here's a system built around Deep Work, or Michael Port's book on finding clients and going freelance. Can't remember the name of the book for whatever reason, right? And then you kind of break down, okay, here are the steps you have to take, and here kind of the success metrics you can follow, or something like that, right? So you're giving them a system to success instead of just a book.
Yeah, I mean, here's the thing, though. There are plenty of book lovers, as we know, people who buy millions of people who buy these books. So there's no dearth of people who really don't want books, or there's no dearth of people who want books. So I much as I agree with both of you guys, the tools and specific action plans are important, but books by themselves, it's a decent enough value, and it's a very tangible value. You would have to go, if you went on Amazon and bought that book, you have to pay money to do that. Well, I'm giving that specific value to you for free.
Yeah, I agree with you on the books, actually. I think that because of the specific audience that you're targeting, and also it's one of those things where people collect books, right? People have bookshelves full of books that they're never going to read. A majority of book buyers do that, right? They never read the books. They just put them on their shelf, and they like to have them on their shelf. And so when you offer someone 10, especially if it's curated. So I think the formula is, and because that's the value that you're adding to it, is these are my 10 best books on, right? And even if you can include 1 or 2 of them that are signed by authors, because I know you've got some that would be great, because then that's an extra bonus. Then it's something they can't get somewhere else. They can't just buy that on Amazon. So that makes sense to me. But here's the other thing.
Yeah, which one?
I think it's better to offer more than one prize, 2 or 3, and I'll tell you why.
2 or 3 winners, you mean?
Yeah, 2 or 3 winners.
And each of them win 5 books, or 10
what's that?
Books, or 1 book. Each of them wins 5 books, 10 books, 1 book, 20 books.
I think the same prize, the 10 book prize or whatever. To me, 10 seems like a good number, but again, and I'd be curious to get Josh's thoughts on this one, since he's the giveaway expert. But my thinking behind it is that if you only offer 1, people are like, oh, I'm not going to win it. But if you offer 3, then they're like, oh, I have a chance. Because people aren't good at calculating probability, but someone knows that 1 is unlikely, whereas 3 makes you feel like you've got a better chance.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you should still tie it to some kind of outcome, right? So you know, instead of you're going to win deep work or you're going to win this list of books, it should be you should win you're going to win this list of books that are the must-haves to go freelance, or these are the books that will
these are the
build your audience or whatever.
Top social skills books. So I'm giving them the books for the best, the best books that are out there in building your social skills.
Well,
yeah,
one of
that still isn't a specific outcome,
Well,
so
I don't know if you need it.
Is tangible.
So, okay, so take a look at the most successful giveaway, right? That Josh did, right? The Sublime Text. It seems really baffling. Like, why would so many people care about like a $39 or $49 license?
Yeah, I think it was
like
$49 at the time.
Okay, but here's why I think that they care about it, right? And this is kind of like a weird thing about this, right? There's no outcome from this. You're just getting a license, right? It's kind of dumb actually compared, like it's just like a license. But here's the thing. And this is kind of interesting. And this is why it might work with the books as well. I don't know. This is just my speculation on it. I think the reason why the Sublime Text license works so well was because there's a ton of people that are cheap as shit. And they're like, I would never buy this license myself, but I really want it. But I'm never going to pay $39 for some software. Right. And so that was like, so it was that sweet spot of like, what's going to make you enter for free is something that you wouldn't buy on your own, but you want, right? So that's also the formula for the perfect gift, right? So like if you're trying to like buy someone a Christmas gift, the best gift you could give someone is something that they want, but they would never pay the money for, right? Then it's truly a gift. Otherwise, especially for people that like have everything, like it's like, oh, well, you can buy anything you want. Well, the best gift is something that like I would never pay this money myself, but if I could get it for free, then that would be awesome. And
there was another factor with Sublime, which was that people could download and use Sublime without paying for it. And every 7th time that they would save, it would pop up a, hey, you should buy a license to this pop-up. So if you're a web developer, you're probably seeing that thing 20 times a day.
Exactly. And you're never going to say, and that's the thing is like that proposition is like, am I really going to pay $49 just to save myself like a couple second annoyance of seeing this pop up? No, I'm not going to, it's not worth, I'd feel bad paying the $49, but if someone else pays it for me and I get it for free, I'd love that. That's great. Right. So it's kind of this weird, like psychological, it was like the perfect thing. And I think that you could probably, I feel like if you offer like 10 of the best books on productivity or whatever, your curated, it might have a similar thing. It's like, I'm not going to buy these 10 books by myself. Like, I probably won't ever read them, but if I could get the package of it, and if you make it like this bundled package, something, I don't know.
I've seen a lot of people try to do book bundles before, and I have not heard from anybody that told me theirs was really successful. The ones, all of the really successful ones that I've seen were offering something more tangible. Like, is there something that you could offer that productivity geeks love, or productivity geeks who love to read really love?
Right now, I'm not going for productivity.
Yeah, you said social skills.
I'm focusing on the social skills. I'm doing a relaunch of that thing, so I want to get momentum. Like, I want to build some following on that in addition to what I have.
Okay,
and build kind of a momentum with the audience, right? As in, this is coming.
Here you go. Here's one that people love, right? The ultimate social skills, like box or whatever it is, right? And you're just going to have like this box, and it's going to have the 5 best books on social skills. It's going to have, I don't know, you have to come up with some kind of trinkets that you're going to put in there. Like, this is like the ultimate kit, the ultimate box, right? For productivity, it's easier because you put in the Pomodoro timer, you put in, I don't know what you put in for social skills, like a couple of condoms and like some lube.
I ship you all Pomodoro timers.
Yes, Chuck, I've been using mine. It's the perfect accompaniment to my Post-it note tracking system. So thank you very much. I've been enjoying it very much.
I just thought it was funny because we had so much discussion over Pomodoros. I was like, fetch. They're all like, what, 10, 15 bucks a piece or something. This will be funny. So.
Oh, I haven't. Okay, well, not sure what we're talking about, but I'm assuming it's.
I mailed you a Pomodoro timer.
Oh, I need to go check my mail.
Okay, yeah, I haven't seen it yet either.
But. Okay, so what should I do?
I was thinking like an ultimate.
But I want it to be global, so I want everything delivered digitally, so that I don't miss out on emails from every part of the world, more or less.
Those valuable emails from other parts of the world.
I do. Believe it or not, I do get like maybe 20% of my buyers are in India right now, so it's worth it to keep on expanding the market. Totally worth it. By the way,
all right. So it has to be digital. It has to be
something that I can just order for them, like on Amazon.
There. Okay, come up with 10 ideas.
I already did 10 books.
The thing is
10 ideas of different things. Okay, and then make 10 Facebook ads.
Yeah.
And do a lookalike audience and just see what gets the most clicks, and then
decide. That time I would have run the campaign.
Like, yeah, but you'll only have the chance to run one actual campaign. You can't run all 10 of them. Maybe not 10. Maybe do 5. Take your 5 best ones.
The price of the campaign doesn't justify me doing all this work. I might as well just run the campaign, and if it flops, it flops.
No, that's silly. Like, you can test. Why not multiply it by 5? Right, your learning curve.
That's what I'm saying. I could just literally, if wanted, I could do 5 campaigns rather than try to test them. Like, the testing itself is worth it's going to take up so much more time than just spending the $100, $200, $300 to run those campaigns.
No. Here's the thing. You will burn your list out on the giveaway. You can't run 5 campaigns. You're only going to be able to pick one because, okay, the way, and again, Josh, correct me if I'm wrong here, right? But the secret to one of these giveaway contests and making it go viral is the initial kindling, which is your list.
Yeah.
That if you don't have enough momentum from the beginning, your list is going to be the biggest asset that's going to make this successful or not. So you're only going to get really one shot at this, at least, within for now.
A 3 or 4 month window anyway.
Exactly.
Okay, so I wasn't even going to promote to my list. This was only going to my YouTube podcast audience.
It's dead already then.
Yeah, it's dead already. You're not going to get like 5 entries.
No, YouTube and podcast audience.
No.
I'm just going to keep on promoting there. Maybe one email to the list, but that's it.
You definitely have to do one email to list, but your list is going to be the main thing that's going to make this succeed or fail.
Okay, that's fair. What ideas do you guys have other than books? I mean, tools are not, I don't really have any social skills tools. So what else? What other ideas you have? And are 10 books enough, or should I have more or less?
So one thing that I'm going to throw in here is if you're going to send me ebooks, if you're going to make it possible for me to get them on Audible somehow, and I don't know if you can do that.
I can do whatever. Audible, you can. But it's all a gift card at that point, right?
Yeah. If you basically say, I'm going to, give them all to you on Audible, that'd be way more interesting to me.
What are you trying to get? You're trying to get people emails, right? Obviously, but for what purpose? To sell them the social skills?
Yeah, people who are interested in social skills. Those are the people, I'm trying to get to the audience that is interested in social skills. And I'm saying, hey, these are the 10 best books on social skills. Get them for free. And if those people are interested in social skills and those books, I can sell them summaries on that topic.
Yeah. I'm trying to think, like, the best thing would be something that everyone who is interested in social skills knows as a product that they want, right? Like, that's why, again, if you go back to Josh's Sublime Text, right? All these developers that are, they all know what Sublime Text is, and they all want that license because they're all getting that nagging thing, right? So And where we've failed before is like when you try to give away your own thing. That the reason why that fails the most is because you're trying to reach people who don't know who you are. so that's not something that you're giving away something that they don't all know of the value of.
So the book is is a clear value and the immediate value in some ways, right? It's very clear. Everyone knows what's the cost of the book or the cost of the audiobook. And one of the things I was thinking was I could curate the list myself of the 10 books, or I could say any books from this page, which would be my sales page. Any 10 books from this page. You can pick whatever books you want.
Too many steps.
Well,
Yeah.
You've got to be able, like, because this is going to be spread on social media. You have to be able to, the value has to be immediately apparent from a tweet. Well, and like the old school tweets were 140 characters. Now but you still need, like, it has to be extremely crystal clear what they're getting. And it has to be something that a lot of people really want bad.
So just the 10 greatest social skills books, having a picture of those and like a snapshot of like 10 books lined up that they can see these are the books they're going to get, and then just go with it.
Yeah, I mean, if you're gonna go with the book route, then that making it as clear as possible from the images and the headline. The headline is on the King Sumo page is important too, because that's going to get, when they retweet it, that's going to get pulled into the tweets. So something interesting. I don't know if you guys have tried to run a contest lately, but I was looking at King Sumo site, trying to run a new trying to create the contest, and it doesn't really reward people for signing up. It only rewards people for sharing now. In the sense, it doesn't really reward you if you get 3 people to sign up. All it does is gives you reward for Facebook share, Twitter share, blah, blah, blah. Oh, they've changed that. Probably that. I guess that kind of makes sense. So that's more like what there was another plugin that I had looked at. It was like Rocket Share or like Rocket Contest or something like that. And that was the model they had. It was almost more like an unlock type of model where you could, but that's probably a simpler way to present it to people. Because the way they were presenting it before, I actually felt it was a little awkward. What I think though was the most powerful thing about the whole thing was that they would get an email immediately after they opted in with the URL to share, and they could forward that email on. So I definitely would look and make sure they still do that.
But now they don't have any incentive for that, because there's no incentive for email for them to get additional emails. So the only incentive they have is to share on social media, and that's about it.
I don't like that change.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking too.
Yeah,
it was a little complicated to explain before, but the fact that they could share it via email, I suspect that like a lot of my opt-ins came from that email that they got.
Yep.
It's like the splash page you see after you opt in.
Yeah.
Look at what the email, like if the system still sends out an email after they opt in, look at what that is. It might have like pre-configured tweets and Facebook posts and stuff where you just click on a link in the email. That would be good. Right. If you still get the email and it says, hey, just click here to tweet this and you'll get more chances to win. Click here to share it on Facebook. It might be the same kind of thing, just presented differently. I'm not sure.
Yeah, they might have that, but nowhere on the page anymore when you're trying to sign up for the contest does it say if you share, you'll get more entries.
I don't know that it really said that before.
It says for every friend who signs up using your link, you get 3 bonus entries or 5 bonus entries, whatever you wanted.
And I like that approach.
Right.
That was the most effective. Now it's like just share on social media and we'll give you 3 bonus points or something like that. Share on Twitter and I'll give you 2 bonus points, and just sign up for my YouTube channel and I'll give you 2 more bonus points, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, I don't like that as much. But yeah, I mean, I back on the prize, I would rethink the digital requirement. I really think that having physical books would have a lot higher perceived value. You're going to have to go to the post office, and that's going to be a pain, but I think it would be worth it. Like,
interesting.
The more tangible something, because I mean, people have so much free, like everything, like digital stuff has very low value. You know, it's like everything is, there's so much free stuff out there.
The other thing you can do too is like, and I would make sure like,
how about I send them audio CDs of the book?
I love
Here's your cassette tape.
So the other thing you can do too with this is, I mean, I would like, again, right, what have we learned like from sales pages and marketing is it's all like making it look like a really cool physical thing, right? So you definitely want to have the right image, like photography of these 10 books or whatever package, or however you package it to make it look like something that people want to, like an Apple product that you're opening the box for. Okay. But what you can do is when the winner wins, you can say, hey, you know, would you rather just get a bunch of digital, like the digital copies? You know, I can send you the, you know, whatever. You can always like, or you can bribe them too. Like if you don't, right? You could be like, I'll send you $50, or I'll send you this extra bonus, or I'll send you, you know, my courses or whatever, and digital, right? So you can potentially get out of it if you can strike a bargain afterwards too. So
you can just give them cash and say, hey, let's go buy the books.
I mean, honestly, that's what I did with the Sublime giveaway. I ended up, because it was too much rigmarole. Because when I go to buy the license, it wanted a name and contact info, so I was just like, I basically PayPal'd them the money.
Yep.
So
okay, so books, but it could be in audio format or physical format or Kindle format. Do I have to even specify? Maybe I don't have to specify and just say, get these 10 books. And now,
yeah, I mean, you could do that.
People will make the assumption that they want to make.
Right.
Yeah.
At the end of it, I can say you can get it in audio or any other format you like, or get these books in any format you want.
Yeah. Well, here's what you do. I mean, do whatever is going to be the best for the contest, because the point is, right? And then at the very end, fine. If you have to ship books international or whatever, you just hire someone on TaskRabbit and just tell them, ship these 10 books to this person.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. So I'm not sure if physical books versus digital books, like I don't even have to specify is what I'm trying to think. I'm saying, let me just say you get these 10 books, and if someone has questions, then I can address it. Or
but your picture.
Yeah, the picture can be physical books. That's not a problem.
The picture needs to look like, you know, like I said, like unboxing an Apple product.
But in terms of what you said, like, should I give away should I have 2 winners, 3 winners? So if let's say, would it be better to give away to 3 people 5 books each, or to 1 person 10 books or 15 books? Or, you know, what is the best combination here? Like, having 3 people win 5 books each is better than having 1 person win 15 books?
Simplicity is the most important thing. They have to be able to understand it in like half a second.
So in that case, one winner, like win these 10 books, is probably the easiest way.
I think that is probably the easiest way. Yeah.
Yeah.
And you can actually specify in the plugin, you can actually say, you know, there's 3 winners.
But that's too late. Like, the whole reason for doing what I was doing was to get their attention. And if their attention is already...
Yeah, I don't think that putting that in the headline helps you get 3 winners. I don't think that really helps you much.
Okay, so putting it in the sub headlines or somewhere in the plugin is possible, and I could do that.
Yeah, you could do that. If they're gonna stick on the page and read it, then it's. I honestly don't think the number of winners makes a huge difference.
Okay. I see.
I think that's like probably the prize itself is going to be 80% of the prize itself, and the ease with which they understand it is probably 80% of the battle. And then
so if I give 10 books versus I give 50 books.
I mean, I would say 10 is probably better than 50.
That's too much.
Yeah, I mean,
yeah.
I would go with numbers that we know, like there's certain numbers that work well, right? Like we know 7 works well, we know 10 works well, something.
Well, the other thing is then you can specify what they're getting without overwhelming them.
Yeah, and it's hard to have pictures of 50 books compared to having pictures of 10 books.
Yeah.
Okay. 10 books, pictures of 10 books, and just putting them there too. All right, I think I have the answer. I have the winner to test at least. And test as in like I'll just go with it and see what happens. But the reason why I said I'm not going to do any more testing than that is because it's just too much effort to run any kind of Facebook ads or any kind of effort like that to try to segment and all that stuff. At that point, I'd much rather just spend time on long-term parts of the business. But if I can just literally throw out this contest and create a bunch of videos around it, podcast episodes around it, that kind of not only it's doing two things for me. The contest is the contest itself that hopefully will get me like the list to grow, but also it creates awareness for the new product that's coming up, like a buzz about the new product that's coming up. Because social skills becomes the thing that people suddenly start to gravitate towards, and they know something is happening.
I still don't. I'm not excited about the term social skills. It just feels too vague to me.
I'm giving pictures of the books, though. I mean, it just
no, that I get that, but what I'm saying is it's like, do you want to build social skills? I guess,
dude, it's the most in-demand product on my page, on my sales page, on my website.
Fair enough, but I still think that if you can tie this to some kind of outcome or let people know, social skills help in these areas or social skills matter because of these things.
Yes, but at the same time, then I'm doing too much explaining to the point where it'll be hard.
There's this like line, right? Like a kind of a continuum. Mm-hmm. And in the middle of it is the word social skills. And on the left-hand side is people skills. And on the right-hand side is get laid. So you have to decide where in the continuum you're going to label your thing and pitch, because it's all the same thing. It's just which thing are you,
I'm just saying you may actually be able to get more engagement by being a little bit more specific. And then if you want to hit some other end of the spectrum, as John is pointing out, you can run another contest, right? So,
what is more specific to you? People skills is more specific?
No, I mean, have better interactions with the people at work or at social gatherings.
Hang on, though. I mean, we're talking about a one-line copy here. We're not talking about writing, a paragraph of copy. We're writing, at best, probably 10 words of headline that either grabs them or they go.
Okay.
So tell me, what would it be?
I don't know. I'm just saying, what specifically are people going to get out of this? Because better social skills just feels vague to me. And if
I'm not giving them better social skills. I'm giving them those books.
Right. But
what's the headline
for buy books, right? They don't go, oh, well, I need a big stack of paper, or I need it on my phone.
I actually do need a big stack of paper. You haven't seen what my kids do to paper. They just shred it. It's everywhere.
But what they're buying is okay, there's information in here that's going to help me get a better job or interact better with my boss or, whatever these things are. And you don't have to get to those specifics, right? but gain social skills to have a better work life, or gain social skills to make more friends, or gain social skills, right? I mean, you're adding like 4 words, but then people are going to go, you know what? I've really been struggling. I don't have a good group of friends, or you know what? Work sucks, and it's because I don't get along with people I work with, right? And so then they see this as a solution to their problem instead of just social skills.
Okay,
that's what I'm going after.
Okay.
According to Amazon, people skills search volume 14,800 per month, cost per click 37 cents.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, social skills volume 27,100 per month, cost per click $1.04.
Type into Amazon social skills though, see what comes.
Get laid.
Oh, no.
27,100 searches per month, cost per click $1.51.
Is that 10x, John? Is that what you're saying? Is it 10x?
No, it's
social skills is just as close to people skills as what he's saying.
Yeah.
No, I'm saying that get laid is the highest one.
Yeah, but get laid is not that far above social skills actually.
It's decently.
How much?
One caution about that. I typed social skills into Google.
I was hoping you typed get laid in.
Okay, no, this is actually on Amazon. This is on Google. If you type in social skills, you get a lot of stuff targeted at kids.
Yeah, it's true.
It's also some of that is on. It's about 50-50 on Amazon.
The biggest one, check this one out, emotional intelligence, and probably because of the book, but has a search volume of 246,000. That is 10x, and the cost per click of $1.25.
There you go, Manny.
Because social skills and emotional intelligence are the same thing.
I think you're typing it on Amazon, but it's actually giving you Google CPCs and volumes. It's not Amazon.
It might be.
It's your plugin. It's your plugin. Yeah.
Yeah.
Emotional intelligence. Damn.
Yep. Yeah, because like on Amazon, social skills is, I mean, the 4th book down is Social Skills Matter grades PK through 2, social narrative mini books.
So you didn't know I was targeting kids under 5 all the time?
Social skills activities for special children. Social skills board games for kids.
Damn. 246,000. Yeah, emotional intelligence is ridiculous. Who knew?
Yeah, emotional intelligence is the biggest.
Wow. And there aren't that many books in that field.
Mm-mm.
What the fuck?
It's time to write a book on emotional intelligence.
Oh, you know what it is? I think it is leadership skills. That's the killer.
Yeah, but now you're going off topic.
No, I'm not.
Social skills and leadership skills are not the same.
No, they are
Social
not.
skills and emotional intelligence are pretty equivalent.
What about communication skills?
I checked that one. That one's no good.
That's 135,000. That's the ideal one. That's the best one.
Communication skills?
Yeah, 135,000.
I mean, I definitely agree with what Chuck's saying. And I also agree with what Manny's saying in the fact that this has to fit into 10 words.
Yeah.
But basically what Chuck's saying is that How to Win Friends and Influence People is a better title than How to Build Your Social Skills.
Right.
Yep.
So if you can, but you still have to be able to fit the idea of this is a giveaway. There are 10 books here and they are on this desirable topic. And it all has to fit in 10 words. So have fun.
I am inclined to believe communication skills might be the winner here. Emotional intelligence might be too much of a mouthful for people to capture in a headline. But communication skills is very tangible for most people.
Yeah, the thing I like about communication skills, again, it's a vague term, but there's more context around it that I connect to solutions to my problems.
Yeah, I agree. I think it's more something that I don't think there's a whole lot of people that wake up in the morning and go, gosh, I just need to work on my social skills today.
There are.
Well, but they don't use those words.
They're all subscribed to my YouTube channel.
But they don't use those words. They don't use those words, though, is my point. But people actually do say, I need to work on my communication skills.
So can I say communication and people skills?
Maybe.
Maybe you could try these in a tweet or something, Manny, too. Like, there might be a really lightweight way to test this.
Well, here's the lightweight way, which I already did my testing on my list earlier, which was trying to figure out what it is in the social skills course that they want the most.
Right.
Right. I gave them a list of 10 options. Leadership skills was one of the top ones. That's why I said it. And so was communication skills. Like, they were both at the top of that list of what people wanted.
Yeah, there's probably your answer.
Let me give you the complete breakdown here. So,
another related one would be like how to develop charisma.
Yeah, charisma. I mean, I'm sure that is a very high volume search term as well. Let's take a look.
How to charm the pants off of anyone. It kind of combines everything together.
When's the next time we're going to be in Vegas together, John?
Charisma isn't really that much of a.
I wouldn't expect that to be a high.
Yeah, it sounds really fun, but doesn't feel like it's getting that much search traffic.
Yeah, I think you just need to brainstorm some.
Oh, charisma is 246,000. Holy shit! Whoa, dude! 10 greatest books on how to become charismatic.
There you go.
246,000. It's basically rivaling emotional intelligence, or the same, more or less.
Yeah, and then you just put win in front of that. Win.
You might want to dig into that one a little bit, Manny, because that might be misleading. Like, there's a branch of Christianity called charismatic, which could actually be accounting for a bunch of that search traffic. Do some Google searches, see what comes up. Make sure it's what you think it is.
I'm looking at the top search results, and they're all related to psychology and charismatic and what makes people charismatic.
You know, soft skills gets 165,000 per month.
Oof, damn.
Somebody should write a book on that.
Oh boy.
I'm ranking #1 on Amazon on soft skills now.
Dude, why aren't you advertising on C? Nah, you can't, because it's just programmers. Maybe you should write a soft skills books that's not programmers.
Yeah, I know. Just take out.
Yeah, just take out. Ask your go to Google Docs, wherever it says programmer, find and replace with dude.
What I wanted to do, except that my publisher is just is I wanted to make it like the whole chicken soup for the soul series, right? It was like soft skills for dentists, soft skills for lawyers, soft skills for airline mechanics.
That'll never work.
Okay, so
soft skill for pessimists.
Or optimists. So I have communication skills as #1 by far. Leadership is #2, and social confidence is #3.
Ooh, I like social confidence too.
This is your survey, right?
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, I think that communication skills would probably be your winner.
Okay. Social confidence doesn't really have that much search volume, but it's amazing how much clicks I get on the survey. because it's probably dealing with confidence at that point. That's why it's getting survey.
There is another aspect to this, right? Which is, again, I don't know how this weighs out. Is it better to have a term that more people search for and then more people use, or is it better to have a term that only your crowd knows, that is vocabulary of that crowd, right? So social skills, people who are interested in social skills and know what it is, they use that term. That's why we use that term, and that's why we're like, oh, you know, this is the obvious term, even though it's not as widely. So when someone uses certain terms, I immediately identify with them as being someone who understands, right, who is part of that community and that group.
That's true.
Right.
Well, it's like mental toughness, which gets very little search volume, but people who are followers are rabid followers.
Right.
Yeah. Right. Well, and if you can get it shared and you can get the word out there and people see social confidence and they identify with it, even if it's not a highly ranked term, you can still get traction on it. But you've got to get it to go somewhat viral for people to see it and share it.
Yeah, I think I like the charismatic one the most at this point.
Yeah.
How to become charismatic. It's like very tangible for people to grab onto compared to how to build emotional intelligence or how to build social skills or how to build people skills. How to become charismatic is a real benefit, as you said, Chuck, like real outcome. Become charismatic. Boom. That's our outcome.
Yeah, but again, people are going to then identify it with popularity and other things that they're trying to get to.
Here you go.
It's an easy mental line to draw to where I want to go.
Here's what people can win. Charisma in a box. This is it. You just have a box and it's got the 10 best books on social confidence and social skills. You know, whatever else is in there, but maybe that's it. Or like,
just open the box and breathe the Aryan out
there
of it.
You go.
That's a damn good. Soon. That's a damn good title for a product. Just FYI.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is
really appealing. Like, then I want to buy it.
Just put a mirror in there.
That would be narcissism in a box.
Only if you can't stop looking at it. Yeah, I've got to take off soon.
Before we do, I do got to tell you guys my learnings from. I have something pretty interesting this week. So I've been trying to raise money for St. Jude, right, for my run, and man, it's pretty interesting. Like asking for donations for stuff, right? It's a real interesting thing. So I sent out an email to the Simple Programmer list, basically like saying, you know, my first thought was, I'm doing this crazy ass run. Like I'm running a 5K, a 10K, a half marathon, and a full marathon, you know, support me. And I'm supporting this great cause. And St. Jude does all this. And it was almost entirely crickets.
Oh, wow.
Right. Like, no, like hardly anyone donated. I got like $700 or $800, but you know, my fundraising commitment, like the minimum I had to reach was $3,500. Otherwise I'm on the hook for that. Because that's what I pledged. Right. So I was like, oh crap, what am I going to do? Right. So it was not looking too good. So I posted on Instagram too. Right. I did a story, you know, Zippo, like a $5 donation came in. Right. So then I was like, all right, what can I do here? I gotta appeal to like people's more lower motives, right? So I decided to offer my coaching. That's normally $2,000 an hour.
Hang on. I want to ask you, did you say lower motives or did you mean their self-interest? Because ultimately that's all of people's skills in general, right?
Yeah, it'd be their self-interest, right? Like lesser. I guess I'd say lesser motives, lesser.
Lower.
The real interest.
I want one.
The real interest is always self-interest.
Yeah, the real interest is always self-interest, right? So, I mean, even Dale Carnegie says that, right?
Exactly. The whole book is a study of that.
Yeah, he says when you give something, you know, give to your donation or whatever, you're what you want is the feeling that makes you feel, right? It's like. So anyway, I offered my coaching $2,000 an hour normally for $500, and I offered in there also that there's only going to be 10 slots. Okay, got to use the scarcity, and the first 3 people would get 2 hours of coaching, so $4,000 value for 500, but only the first 3 people. So I sent that email out, and I think I filled up like 6 slots immediately. So that was like $3,000 came in. And then I sent up a follow. I had like 4 or 5 slots left. I guess 4 slots left. So I sent up a follow-up email, and Josh had a great idea. He said, you should offer someone a day, like they can spend a day with you if they donate $2,000. Like a day worth of coaching. Like they can come down to San Diego, right? And so I added that, and I also added $5,000 for me to come to your company and coach you for the day or give a talk or whatever. And so I sent that email out, and I am sitting now at $8,875 in donations.
How many people took you up on the last 2 offers, on those high ticket offers?
No one on the company one yet. I suspect that someone may come through on that because it probably takes a couple of days to get some approval and to get that arranged. But 2 people on the $2,000.
Wow.
So yeah. So and all the $500 ones, I think I might have one $500 slot left. Otherwise, they're all full. It might be one left. So, and then you know what I did last night, which produced absolutely nothing. I sent. Well, Chuck, you saw the email, right? Because I sent you one of them, right?
I don't know.
Well, that's why I didn't produce anything. I went to my entire list of every single big influencer I know. So Pat Flynn, John Lee, Damas, Antonio, Evan Carmichael.
Hey, look, there's an email from John here.
There we go.
I had checked my email this morning. Sorry.
Like Matt Tran, Noah Kagan, James Clear, Tom Billieu, Mira Rosick, Jordan Harbinger, Chuck, like Scott Hanselman, Uncle Bob. Right. And then so that were my big audience influencers. And then my big money influencers, people that I know that like Aaron Sconnard from Pluralsight and Perry Marshall. And, I guess he's got an audience too. And then some of my personal contacts. Right. And I send out probably like a good 20, I guess it's probably 25 or 30 emails asking them to share with their audience and telling them about the goal and everything. And I got zilch, no response at all. Because again, there's no self-interest in there. And I really didn't have anything to offer. So it's kind of interesting.
Yeah. Appeal to their self-interest is the ultimate learning from how to win, trends, and influence people, right? Constantly, again and again. And normally in because I'm releasing some videos on the topic right now, and 48 Laws of Power also ultimately boils down to a lot of that. Appeal to their self-interest. That's the way to royal road to whatever the fuck you want in life.
Yep. So it's really interesting though, because when you send it out to a list of 66,000 people or so, you would think that just me asking for donations, that I would be able to raise at least like $4,000 or $5,000, right? From just people donate for Christmas, holiday, like $50 or $100 to help children.
This is a really good experiment. This is really good. Yeah. It teaches a lot. I like the fact that what you did is really good, and I think I'm going to pull that off for my campaign as well, for my school or the education charity. I'm going to do that because it sets up a lot of different things. Not only does it set up the fact that you are giving your time and they're getting something of value, but also you're setting up the whole coaching paradigm all over again with them. Like they are aware that is available to them, even if they didn't take you up on the offer today. Now, I bet some of the guys you coach will probably want to stick around for longer.
Exactly. That's what I was going to offer them, probably a slightly discounted till I fill up my coaching slots. So it's like a win-win-win is what I came up with, because St. Jude's and children with cancer win, I win, and the people that are getting this deal win as well. So
it was really good because I've been struggling with that idea, thinking about that idea, how to get people to, contribute to anything like that. It's all like again and again we keep coming back to the same thing where it's all about what's in it for them.
Exactly. It's got to be a win-win-win.
Yeah.
It can't be a win-win-lose. And that's like, because when you're just in a, it's a three-party interaction in this case. And it's like, and people want a reason to feel like they're a good person, even if it's a selfish reason, right? Like, so they have to have the thing in it for them in order for them to feel good about it. So, and it's crazy. Like, I'm, I've got a leaderboard of the top fundraisers for St. Jude, and like I'm in number 1 place now with 8,875. Number 2 is 6,500, and that comes from one $5,000 donation, and number 3 is 3,145. So like most people are not able to raise any large amount of funds here.
Yeah. So you didn't get nothing out of it. I just didn't see the email, and I just tweeted it.
Oh, okay.
I just shared it with 35,000 of my closest friends.
Okay. We'll see. But yeah. Oh, and I just got a donation. There we go. From you. Thank you, Chuck. There you go.
Well, I wasn't going to bring that part up.
That's funny.
But it's real interesting. I mean, just like I think not just for, because here's the ultimate thing, right? Like if you're trying to sell anything online, like again, right? You would think that I'm trying to think of how to I still have to synthesize all of this information, but essentially this is kind of the most pure thing, right? It's like, I've got no ulterior motive here, right? Like I've already met my funding donation, especially when I sent out this, I get no benefit at all from you donating to St. Luke's and helping children with cancer. They get the benefit. I get no benefit. Yet still that pitch is not strong enough. It doesn't matter. There's still got to be something clearly in it for the other party. Then the fact that you're helping someone is a bonus that pushes them over the edge and would make them spend more than they would, or they can rationalize. Actually, so the donation part of it becomes the rationalization for the spending of the money of the thing that they want. And that is a powerful concept. So I think you can apply that same logic whenever you're selling anything online, is to think about, okay, how do they, because there's a thing that they want and you're offering this, but then how do they rationalize spending that money? And that's the missing piece, I think, a lot of times, is if you can say, oh, here's how you can rationalize spending this $1,000 to buy my program, is that it's going to make you more money. You're going to be able to go and tell your wife, hey, I didn't just blow $1,000. I'm going to make $5,000 from this, right? Like you need some kind of thing to rationalize the decision. Otherwise, the sale is going to be much more difficult.
So,
all right, I've really got to go.
Okay.
You guys can keep talking if you want.
You want to hear how this happens, Chuck?
I do. I'll listen to it on the other side. I've got to take off.
All right. Later, guys. Oh, so John knows all about it. But the funny part is like how this has stabilized now. Like it's almost like it's back on the uptick rather than just going down.
Yeah. How many days out is that?
7 days.
7 days.
Yeah. So these are my subscriber count for the YouTube channel. And this is a result of a video I did for Evan Carmichael's channel.
And he's got what, 3 million subscribers or 2 million?
1.7.
1.7. Okay, yeah, almost 2 million subscribers.
The key, though, is like my video is now outperforming every video basically that went out in the last couple of weeks. But it's an evergreen freaking video. And 10% of viewers are converting to subscribers for me right now.
Wow. So what was the video on again?
Think and Grow Rich.
Oh.
So
Nice.
If that becomes the most popular book summary on Think and Grow Rich, which it could, given the volume that we're getting, and some of the most popular summaries on YouTube in the YouTube sphere get like million, 2 million, 3 million views. And Think and Grow Rich is one of those, right? Beasts. So one collaboration is like really powerful, but more importantly, like creating evergreen also makes it even more powerful.
Yep. This is one thing that Brian Harris always used to talk a lot about, was like putting your best content on other people's platforms.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yes.
And yeah, so if you can like come up with your top SEO terms and then go out to, I mean, it's a win for him. It's another win-win, right? Like it's a win for him. And you know, like those videos will rank. You'll be able to hit #1 if you publish them on his channel.
Yeah,
that's cool.
And you get a lot of you get a lot more credibility when you do it on others' channel, and then they come to you rather than them just finding you. It's pretty I would much rather have them come from Evan's channel rather than just get them organically myself.
Right, exactly.
I just borrowed all of his credibility,
right,
and trust and everything else. Right.
And I suspect what's happening too is that just like Instagram's algorithm has been updated to look at signals from the where the source is coming from. I think on YouTube it might be the same thing. So I think by you having your video, by essentially people clicking from Evan Carmichael's page and his video to your video or to your channel, it's now giving you that connection with him. And so YouTube's saying, okay, well, this guy's got 2 million subscribers almost. So this, it's uplifting you in your rankings. So you may have a permanent lift here just from the web, the association, which if that's the case, if that turns out, like I'll be curious to see how it's looking in a week or two. But if it turns out that you have a permanent lift based on that association and all your stuff is lifted, then it makes collaborations a lot more beneficial.
So what you're talking about is basically domain authority in some ways on the YouTube framework.
Yep.
He's essentially linking to you, right?
Right. He is linking to me. There are links in the video and off the video, but that picks up my domain authority as well, or my channel authority as well, if he does that. So so the key would be to again go and convince Evan to do another one of these videos.
And I mean, if you're performing really well for him, I don't see why he wouldn't.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, that's the key here.
Just don't ask him to donate to any.
I will coach him.
But again, it comes down to everything, right? So
everything in life is that.
In this case, right, like your pitch has to be like, oh, wow, this looks like this is doing good for your channel. Like this video, like, how about we get another one and get you another like super performing video on your channel? Or, you know what I mean? Like, it always has to be appealing to that. So
exactly. So initially, like when he published it, I said, hey, man, thanks very much for publishing. I hope this does well. He responded back within like probably 12 hours, 14 hours saying, hey, yeah, I think this is doing pretty well, like a really good response. Then I responded back saying, hey, okay, well, happy to do more videos. And these are the list of the 10 titles I have in mind. Let me know which one you want me to do. So just took all the work out of his hands, or all the difficult work of thinking what to do, what not to do next. I just gave him the platter saying, you can pick one title and I'll make the video again.
Yeah. One thing that's kind of interesting too, like as far as the thank you that I learned from Dan Locke's class, which I got to get ready. I'm going to fly up to Vancouver to shoot some videos with Dan this weekend.
You're leaving today?
I'm leaving today. Yeah.
Oh, no workout today?
I'm gonna try. Have to do it early, a little bit earlier.
What time? I'll do it.
All right. Let me see what we'll have to.
You have to make a $2,000 donation.
Like 2 o'clock.
Well, two is cool. 1 is cool too. I don't care.
I can't do at 1 because I've got a phone call about like 401k plan. But
You're flying today or tomorrow, you said?
I'm flying today. Yeah.
Oh wow, what
So-
time? Late night?
I'll get in at like 8, but I'm leaving at like 5. So
How are you
it's
gonna
like
get in a workout done at 2 o'clock? What are you talking about?
Huh? What do you mean?
You're flying at 5?
Yeah, I gotta leave for the airport at 3:40.
How are you gonna work out at 2 o'clock? What are you talking about?
At 2 from 2 to 3:30.
All right.
Right, an hour and a half.
Hour and a half. Why don't you move it to the morning?
I had to run this morning. I ran 7 miles this morning.
But now, between now and 1 p.m.
Between now and 1 p.m.
Yeah, because then you have enough time to do whatever you need to do for the flight and not feel rushed.
That's true. Because I was trying to get a bunch of stuff done, but I don't know. We could maybe 11 a.m.
Let's do that. 11 is better.
All right, fine.
I feel like holding you hostage if you're working out at 2 p.m. It's like, fuck, your flight is in 3 hours. What the fuck are you doing at the gym?
All right, we'll still have to work out fast because I was trying to get a bunch of stuff done today that I need to get done, but I guess we should jump off of this call.
Yep. Are we doing 11 a.m. then?
Huh?
We're doing 11 a.m. then?
Yeah, that's probably better. That's smarter.
Right. Done.
Okay. All right, I'll see you then. But yeah, anyway, what Dan was saying was in closing people and selling, but I think it applies. I've been using this tactic a lot, which is I basically don't say thank you anymore. I say congratulations. Like, I mean, it doesn't apply in every single context, but again, it's like congratulations on the video. You know what I mean? It's like, because then it shifts the dynamic completely, right? When you're like, congratulations, like even when people donated for the St. Jude's, I didn't say, oh, thank you for donating. I said, congratulations on helping St. Jude's and helping families of children with cancer.
Interesting.
So I think it's a subtle thing, but it makes a huge difference in the positioning.
That's what people do with when you buy courses, they say congratulations on enrollment, you're in, and all that stuff, rather than saying thank you for being a customer.
Right, because if you say thank you, then it's like they've done you a favor,
right?
And you want to make it so that they have done themselves a favor.
Right, exactly.
Yeah,
that's good. All right, thoughts then? Josh is.
I've got, all right. So this will probably trigger some comments, but so I've been growing in. Here we go. I've been growing an herb garden in my kitchen.
Really?
Yes. There we go. See.
We got a.
So okay, let's just get out of the way. Let's get out of the way.
I've been doing some chemistry in my garage.
There we go. So anyway, so I've been researching a lot about growing herbs and stuff. And one of the most common mistakes that people make when you're starting out growing plants indoors is you buy the plant at the store. It comes in this little tiny pot. You take it home and you think, oh, it needs more room to grow. So you buy this great big pot and you stick it in a great big pot and then it dies. Because what you actually need to be doing is you need to be increasing the pot size gradually as the plant grows. If you go from small to large, it doesn't have time to adjust. It ends up like expending a lot of energy, growing roots and not growing leaves, and then it can't support itself. And there's all kinds of dynamics with the water in the pot and everything. So anyway, this applies to like, this hit me like with the imposter syndrome thing that we've been talking about. That is the biggest trigger for people, I think, of the people that I talked to, the biggest trigger for imposter syndrome was going from a small pot to a big pot. Like, you take on this huge, you take this huge jump forward and, you're going to it's just it can be too much for people.
Yeah.
And gradually increasing the level of challenge that you're facing is better a lot of times than slamming into a brick wall and trying to take on. It's the same thing with the deliberate practice, and he talks about in that book, the deep work, not deep work, but the other book,
Mastery.
Yeah, where when you play chess, you want to be playing against people who are like one level above you and not 10 levels above you, because you just get your teeth. Yeah, you just get your teeth kicked in, and you don't understand why. Versus if you're playing someone who's just beyond your level, you can still understand what they're doing. So yeah, that's my thought. It's like gradually ramping up the level of challenge that you face is going to.
About talent is overrated.
What's that?
You're talking about talent is overrated or peak?
No, it was. I thought it was by Cal Newport. I thought he had a book about.
So good they can't ignore you.
Yeah, so good you can't ignore you. Yeah. He was talking about.
I wish there was like a fucking book Jeopardy. Wouldn't that be awesome? Be like.
That would be amazing. Only the nerdiest of people in the world could actually fathom being there.
I'm just gonna go with my obvious thought for today, which is appeal to the. I want to say, don't appeal to the higher motive.
Mm-hmm.
Don't appeal to the selfish motive.
Always.
Appealing to the higher motive is for losers. Like you're not gonna accomplish much by appealing to the higher motive. It's always got to be to the person's self-interest.
Actually, yes, and I'm going to add to that because that's my thought for the day. I just got done reviewing a lot of the 48 laws of power thing, and one thing he said there was really powerful. He said you should appeal to self-interest, but there's a law reversal where there are certain people who don't care about it. They just want to feel good, or they want to look benevolent, or they get value just from the fact that they helped you. So if you appeal to their self-interest, they may not even help you. But if you appeal to their sense of, hey, look, because you helped, now you're a better person, or not like that, not explicitly, but make them feel that they are better as a result of it, or they are nobler as a result of it, or they are a higher person as a result of it, then they will help you. So there's this nook and cranny, and that you will find often, like what Ben Franklin did. He borrowed the book from the other guy in order to become a success, right? So he didn't really appeal to his self-interest in the way that we think. He actually went around his self-interest. He took the book from him, and then when he returned it, the other guy thought he had done Ben Franklin a favor, and now he was more likely to want to continue doing favors for him, and they become friends as a result. So there's a little bit of a side hook on this one that you can employ as well.
Yeah, that makes sense. It's like you are giving them the opportunity to show their magnanimity.
Yeah, and people will help. People will help more of people they've already helped rather than people they don't know.
Right, exactly.
Yeah. All right,
guys.
See you in the gym.
Yeah.
Okay.
Josh, you should come down.